Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and twice a year we come out here to Gingerman Raceway outside of South Haven, Michigan, and run some cars around the track. This year we've been absolutely blessed with some gorgeous fall weather. The leaves are on the ground, we're back in Michigan, and we're having some fun with the GR Corolla Morizo. Now, we've driven the GR Corolla twice now here on Daily Motor, so you've seen us flog it around the canyons, you've seen us have it around gross Michigan kind of crappy weather type situations, but now we've got it out on track. In fact, I've actually already driven a GR Corolla. I think it was a circuit out on track. But the Morizo gives you a little bit more power and a good bit less weight. Everything from removing the rear windshield wiper to a carbon fiber roof to the removal of the back seats. Yes, this is a two-seater four-door. And in fact, the rear windows don't work. They get rid of the window switches there, you can see. But the rear doors still work, and this thing is pretty lively out on track. So not only do we have it out here on track, and we're gonna take it out here and talk about it in the video and stuff, but also we drove it for the 2.5 hours out from the east side of Michigan here to Gingerman Raceway, with all of our luggage in the back. And actually it was kind of nice not having the rear seats because we utilized all that space for our luggage. And it was a little bit loud, it was a little bit bumpy, but honestly not as bad as I expected it to be. It's still got 30 miles per gallon chilling on the highway at 75 miles per hour. And now it's out here ready to have some fun on the track. I've had it out twice already, so a little bit of a scout and then a little bit of a harder session shooting for Winding Road magazine. And I'm gonna take you all out and talk about how this car does, because I don't think we're gonna get a normal loan on a Morizo. To be honest, I just don't see the appeal of running a highway fuel economy test on this car and testing the sound system, doing a standard week loan review with it. So this is gonna be my opportunity to tell you all about it. But let's go head out on track. So the Morizo edition is a bit of a strange car. On top of its red seatbelts, you pay $52,000 for one of two colors. You pay them to take out seats and to not give you things like heated seats or steering wheel, but you do get a nice Alcantara steering wheel, which I should point out, this thing's got 8,200 miles on it, which might not sound like a lot, but it's journalist miles, which means a ton of different hands have touched this, and there hasn't been a lot of care necessarily taken to touching the car. And the Alcantara has actually held up really well. Toyota also doesn't give you any sort of special track apps or anything like that in the center and infotainment. This is the exact same infotainment you get on a standard Corolla, which again, in some ways is nice, but in other ways is a bit strange considering a lot of people clamor for that sort of technology and a lot of brands will give that to you. I'm actually kind of glad because the GR Corolla, if you're gonna take it out on track, which obviously if you're getting one of these Morizos, you should be taking it out on track, it's kind of here to just drive and to just focus on the driving experience and having fun, not tooling around with the different tech options and everything inside the car. So that's kind of cool. Before we head out on track, you do have to press the IMT button every time you start the car if you want rev matching. So we've got that enabled. Going to push track there, turn off the traction control, and put it up into sport. So actually that re-enabled our traction control. There we go. All right. We are ready to race. The first time I had the GR Corolla out on track, not this one, but the circuit that I drove at Road America, and also I guess driving it around the canyon roads as well, I felt the engine was a little strange for high performance driving because this big turbo, it's tuned to make so much power in the mid-range of the rev band, but once you get it up above 6,000, it peters out a little bit. And what I've actually found being out here on a larger kind of sweeper track like Gingerman is, you find yourself, I don't want to go as far as to say short shifting, but you don't shift right at red line or even where the gauge is flashing at you red. You start shifting when it's orange, and then that allows you to take advantage of more of the meteor power band in the middle of the rev range. And there are situations like this set of sweepers here. You've got a right-hander that this is all maintenance throttle. You're not really accelerating or decelerating, you're kind of just holding speed. Same thing, you turn in here, and then it's not until about right this point that you want to start adding power. So I've done hundreds and hundreds of laps of this track, and I've almost always been in third back there and then shifted near that last corner. But in the GR, I've actually been shifting staying in fourth, and that's allowed me to power out of the corner and actually carry more speed into the hairpin. Getting our tires warmed up. I let out about 8 PSI from the tires before this session, so I'm hoping the car will be settled down a little bit. We're gonna see. Here we go. If I'm not talking all too much, it's because I'm concentrating. Ooh, again, the rotation, we're gonna talk about that rear rotation here in a little bit. Tires are still a little chilly. It's so cool with the all-wheel drive. You add power and the car actually gets more confident. It feels more buttoned down as you add throttle, and that's not something you're used to in most standard cars like this. If it's front-wheel drive, you're used to braking traction. If it's rear-wheel drive, you're used to oversteering. Neither in this car. So I'm gonna keep it in fourth, and it sounds like I'm at pretty low revs, 3,500 dipping down there, but I'm gonna allow it to track me out here, turn in, and then right here I'm gonna start adding power, and I'm full throttle. Oh man, it just, you build this wave of torque, 295 pound-feet with this one. Right there. Oh my gosh. You gotta have this ballsiness and confidence to allow the rear-wheel drive aspect of the car to carry you through the corner. It's uncanny. I'm remembering we have a little bit shorter gearing in the Morizo as well, so that's probably affecting why I'm spending more time in fourth and fifth than I'm used to. It's cool to get in a newer car that you actually have to learn and play with and sort of sort out the way you have to with the Morizo. The first session when I came out here, I was like, yeah, this isn't really that fun out here, but I realized I had to drive the car in a different way. All right, it looks like we have some clear track in front of us. Let's go get it. Rev match down into third. Another reason you want to get on throttle as early as you can is you want that boost to build up so that you can have the power when you need it through the corner. Woo. It says traction stability control is off, but I still wonder if we've got a little bit of intervention happening, because I want to stay in fourth actually. I just feel like it's managing itself too well in the corners, but I guess I'm okay with that. I'm wondering if I can crest 100 coming through there on one of these slaps. There's 100. Hard on the brakes. Fun. I held the traction control button down, so now we are actually in full off. The expert button went away, and we've let the GR Corolla, I think he's in a circuit. He's either a core or circuit, catch up to us. See if he feels like playing around at all. But we also might go up and try to catch this STI that's up here, which I think we will, because that GR Corolla behind us is not really hanging out. We'll see if we notice any difference here with the traction control and stability control. 100% defeated. The rotation is just so fun. The back end runs right around to you, and then you give it a little throttle and the whole thing squares down and you can run with it. It's really fun. Let's see if we can get this Subaru, because he's actually, I'm not pushing it super hard, but he's getting away. Let's see if we can reel him in. He's giving us the pass by. That didn't take too long. I almost wished he hadn't given up that easy, but I guess it's the polite thing to do. All right, we're gonna calm it down a little bit, cool it again. I might go play one more time with this Supra if he's still out, but looks like he might have gone in too. I love that somebody's out here, just literally a 4-cylinder automatic Accord. I think that's awesome. So I am really pleasantly surprised. I mean, I expected the Morizo to be good, but the cool thing is they actually made it fun out there on track as well. Now, the Topher's got a Civic Type R, and the Type R is very, very fun. It's an 11th gen, the current generation Type R. The Type R is a ton of fun from a technical and precision sort of standpoint. You enjoy trying to get every corner as tight and precise as possible and shave little tenths off here and there on your lap times, but this has been more fun from a discovery standpoint. I mean, like, oh, I didn't expect this car to act this way, and I've been able to do different and unique things on the track that I've never been able to do before in a car. So I think that's really cool. And the fact that you've got all-wheel drive, so if you live in a colder climate like this, you can drive the thing year-round, and it's just so different being the 3-cylinder, and you get big spooly whooshy noises from the turbo. I'm so happy that Toyota's done something like this, and yeah, the Morizo model might be kind of silly, but that's why they only made a few of them. Realistically speaking, 98% of GR Corolla buyers are going to be just fine buying a normal one like that black one was out here on track and running around in that and playing and having fun and dailying and everything. So you don't really need to worry about having this top spec version. It's just kind of cool that Toyota does it at all. Of course, no parking brake after a session like that. So there it is, the Morizo GR Corolla. Super cool that Toyota's done something like this. It's fun out here on track. It's not punishing out in the real world, but again, with losing the rear seats and having more noise, less sound deadening, less features and more costs, it really doesn't make sense for a lot of people, but it's just cool to see a brand doing something like this. Can you imagine if Volkswagen had like a special track version of the Golf R, or things like that. I mean, it's just like, it's cool to see a brand care and build up hype like this. So kudos to Toyota. Thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the normal GR Corolla, check the link in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, 2-seater 4-door on.